If you're over 55, your leg strength is going to decrease if you don't do anything about it. And that's going to determine how active you are with simple things like getting out of a chair to hiking, etc. This video is going to show you the best way to strengthen your legs for those activities. Mike, what say you?
We are going to be talking about eccentric strengthening, which is a little bit different than traditional strengthening. A lot of research has shown it can help increase your overall muscular strength, power, and prevent injuries more than the traditional strength training.
And don't get this eccentric confused with the eccentric personality, because we have none of that here.
We are very eccentric.
There you go. We are going to explain in detail how you can do this at home for no extra cost and very little time. It really works well.
Bob and Brad, the two most famous physical therapists on the internet.
And once again, I'm Brad.
I'm Mike, and behind the scenes we have Bob. Together we are the most famous physical therapists on the internet.
You said that way too fast.
I wanted to.
There you go. And our opinion, of course, please subscribe whether you're eccentric or eccentric or not. Anyways, let's go on.
So what we want to do is explain what eccentric strengthening is. Now, with any muscle group, we have concentric, which is the main activation we always think of, and then we have eccentric. So, Brad, do you want to give a brief example of that?
Yeah, I'll use the bicep because it's right here in front of me. If we're going to do eccentric, can you throw me a weight over there? We're going to use concentric strengthening, which is most oftentimes done by many people. You put the weight in. Now, when I go up, my bicep is concentrically contracting. This is the strengthening motion going up. And when you go down, if you go down fast, you don't get any benefits. But if you go down slowly with resistance or the weight, the bicep is now eccentrically working and eccentrically strengthening. A lot of research has been done on it, and your muscle does strengthen better and faster with eccentric. So why don't we use that same concept with our legs so we don't have to spend as much time to get stronger and back to our activities?
Yeah, so a simple way to do this is to slow down your progression when you are doing sit-to-stands, which we want to show now.
Yeah.
So getting up out of a chair, obviously your individual level of how strong you are would dictate where you start and where you're going with this, whether you use arm support or not.
So a typical sit-to-stand, if we're doing that, which is a very good exercise for the legs and the hips, is stand up and sit down. Stand up, we'll do 10 of those. That's a normal squat, if you will, using a chair. Now we're going to do it eccentrically. So it works best if you do this with a table. I don't have a table here, but we're going to use a walker, or if we put that up there, now it represents a tabletop. And either way, you're going to put your hand on the walker or the tabletop. I'm going to go here so you can see what I'm doing. And you just use that, or you can use this to stand up with assistance of the armrest or the tabletop or the walker. Now, sitting down, we're going to do it slowly. Slowly, not using this if we can do it nice and slow and down. Back up. Slowly back down, and you'll notice the difference versus the original, the fast method. Now, if this is too easy and you really want to work the muscles, this is a nice way to do it. You're going to stand up just like you did with assistance with your arms. Now, let's go down at my feet. You're still going to use, if you need balance, hold on to the tabletop or the walker. But once you're up here, you're going to take and go, I'll use my left foot. Tiptoe just for balance. Now I'm going to do the exercise strengthening on my right leg. I'll hold here if I need to. Now I'm really getting a good eccentric strengthening. Push up with both legs, down with one leg. The goal is doing 10 of them. After you get 10 with that leg, you simply do the same thing with your other leg and equal out so we don't have unequal strength. There you go.
If you're not sure if you're going eccentric or lowering slow enough, maybe set a time frame for yourself. That can be 3 seconds. It can be 5 seconds.
I got a timer here.
You can even do 10 seconds. We don't know how many seconds
that might be a little too slow, but it does represent time. You'll remember that.
The good thing is just say I want to sit slow. I'm just going to do 5. So 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5.
There you go.
So just do do that because oftentimes people don't know how fast or slow they are going.
So that's the first exercise. That's going to cover the upper legs, the thighs, the hamstrings, and the hips. Now we need to address the calf muscles, very critical for walking and moving around. So let's go to that, Mike.
So a good way to do this is standing up. Now, if you are very weak and sedentary and trouble standing, you can certainly try doing this in a seated position, but you don't have much weight going through your calf muscles because it's on your buttock. So the best way to do it is standing if you are able. For beginners, hold on to support with this. If you do not need support, you don't have to. Often a walker, countertop, railings are a good option. So what you're going to do is just go up on your toes, and then if we're focusing on the eccentric, we're going to lower back down nice and slow. Again, you can make up a time frame if you want and just go down for 3 seconds, 5 seconds, whatever you want to do. We can do 10 repetitions up to 15. Yes.
I want to say something when you're ready.
And if this seems easy, what you can try to do for the next progression is go up with both. And if I want to work on the right, I slowly lower down on the right side. And we're going to do 10 on one leg and then 10 on the other leg.
So no weight on that one. Turn around once, Mike. Turn around. Okay, now let's show your legs off because you've got good calf muscles. He's a calf person. I'm a calf not. And plus, I got varicose veins. So go ahead. Let's do, there we go. Look at those. These are the muscles we want to work, and they're working very hard now. But the slow motion down. There, he's got no weight on the left one. He's using the walker or the table to control it because you may not be able to do this initially, but you will get to this. Things will strengthen up faster. Now, should we go to the next step? If this feels okay and you really want to get more strength, you're going to take a book or like a 2x6, a board about 1.5 inches thick, and you're going to put your foot on there. You want to continue, you're doing a good job. It'll make more sense.
If you want to continue this, what you do is you get a little bit more motion because you are starting in a dorsiflex position like this. So again,
wait. So dorsiflexion means his toes are higher than his heels. We got that angle.
So I'm strengthening this much more range of my calf muscles. So what you're going to do again is just start with basic, go up, and then down slow, use support as you need. The next progression, if this seems too simple, is go up with both and then down with one like we talked about. If this seems too easy for you, you don't need support, you can certainly try single leg, but that is much more advanced, and then just go down nice and slow. Again, we want to try to do 30 repetitions total, break it up however you need. 3 sets of 10, 2 sets of 15. Our cameraman is currently doing calf raises because he's jealous.
This is a little more advanced. A lot of people, you will not get to this for quite a while if you haven't done a lot of toe-ups, as if you will. But the eccentric aspect without this is an excellent start.
If you're new, I would start flat on the floor. If that becomes easy, progress to this. I will tell you, if I don't do these styles for a while, I do single leg, just a lot of repetitions. I'm pretty sore the next couple days and I complain about it.
Yeah.
So just if you're not used to strengthening your calves, take it slow.
Yeah. And should we show them the extra advanced version for people who are really out there doing hiking up and down hills?
So for this, you're going to need some stairs, and you just stand on the edge of stairs, hold on to the railings for support as needed, but it's the same exact concept. You go up with both, down nice and slow, but you can see I'm going to get a lot more of a stretch on the bottom position here than I am with just using the 2x4 or book like we showed earlier. Again, just progress it like we talked about, up with both, down with one, and if you don't need that, just do single leg.
Excellent demonstration. Make sure you have your shoes on with this. Carpeted stairs, it doesn't work so good because feet tend to slip off, but you can deal with that how you need to. I have to mention, I just started doing these full range of motions off a step. I've been doing them, just on the floor for my summertime running. I went to that. I got to tell you, I felt it the next couple of days. So just so you know, and I'm pretty active, so even if you're active and you go to that, you might get sore because eccentric strengthening really works those muscles more aggressively.
There's actually a lot of new research showing that just the lower part strengthening has been very beneficial to a lot of people because most of the time when you walk, you're using your calf muscles. but you're just in a neutral position, and then you're pushing up. You're not going into that dorsiflexion like we talked about.
Right.
So some people are even talking about just strengthening from this phase to neutral. People have seen a lot of calf development, which is kind of fascinating to me.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Ankle strength, ankle mobility, range of motion is so healthy, not only for walking and hiking, but for your balance. So go ahead and work with these. You're going to benefit in more ways than one. That's enough babble anyways, Mike.
If you want to check out more videos on leg strengthening with some different options, you can click the video link on the screen.
That's right. 3 must-do daily strength exercises for seniors. But if you're not a senior, you can still do them. And once again, seniors, younger people, all ages, we continue to work on our lifelong endeavor of we can fix anything except for a
broken heart. But
Yes.
we are very diligently working on this. I don't know if calves have much to do with it.
Yes, they
but-
do.
Oh.
Everything's related in the body. We have to
Guess
figure
it's
that
all
out. yet.
connected.
There you
Because
go.
blood pumps.
Shut
heart
up. Take
plus
care.
Blood.
Pop and